Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me for the work week forecast. We're starting off the week soggy, as we'll take a look at here quickly. And we're in a very kind of active pattern of quick moving storms, but also not overly strong storms. When the pattern gets moving like this, where it's very active, we tend not to see deep, highly amplified storms. Doesn't mean we can't have a high impact storm. A quick storm can be a high impact storm if it's in the form of snow or other mixed precipitation, but it does tend to mean that our storms aren't as strong as when we get kind of those big amplified systems. And today's storm is a good example of that. It's coming with plenty of rain. It is soggy out there at the moment, but it wouldn't be classified as an overly strong storm. And the other main storm we're going to look at this week that's going to come through Wednesday and Thursday will also be not overly strong, but it will have some details we want to keep an eye on. So what's going on? Radar this morning, you can see we're kind of in the warm sector of the storm. The front, there's a little sliver of warm air here over basically central New York, that we'll see if that's going to push through and jump our temperatures up. We won't see any sunny breaks in there, so I don't think we're not going to spike our temperatures in that little warm pocket, but we could see temperatures get up into the mid-40s briefly before this front moves through by about 11 o'clock this morning, at 12 o'clock maybe, and we start to cool off by the time the sun goes down at about 4:30 this afternoon. It'll be feeling pretty cold out there, and we could be already down into the low 30s by that time as we head for kind of a chilly night and a cold day tomorrow. If you remember, last Wednesday was cold, kind of felt like mid-January. Tomorrow won't be quite as cold as that, but it'll feel similar to that. On satellite, we can see here's our storm for today. And then our storm that's going to impact us Wednesday and Thursday on Thanksgiving is just coming on shore, basically out west. Not a lot of moisture and clouds associated with it now, but it will redevelop over the central part of the country and come at us with less moisture than this storm, but still coming through with some moisture. And if we look at that overall pattern, like I was saying, you can see that we've got lots of little pockets of troughs, kind of weak troughs and kind of ridges in between. This is a progressive pattern. Whenever you see lots of these kind of around the globe, we see that the pattern tends to be pretty progressive, and that's definitely what's happening here. So we see a storm, we have a brief it's a little misleading because we get a brief period during this ridge, and often you think ridge, you think warmer weather, but actually a lot of times it's colder behind the cold front in these kind of amplified patterns, and so we'll get a brief period of more tranquil weather. That'll be Tuesday and the beginning of Wednesday, and then this next system moves through, and then after that system on Friday, we'll start to get into a tranquil period of weather, although by Saturday we could have our next little system coming through as well. So what's that look like for the practical weather for you? Today, rain heavy at times, especially during the morning. A few breaks in the clouds by evening, winds up to 25 miles an hour. It could be a little breezy out there as well this afternoon as the front moves through. Temps fall afternoon. That's why the weird temperature forecast, right? We're in the upper 30s now. We could get to the mid 40s briefly, like I said, with that little pocket of warmer air by late morning, and then by late afternoon, we're back down into the low 30s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, definitely the sunniest day of the week, I think, tomorrow. A few high afternoon clouds possible. We'll be seasonably cold. We probably won't get to, a lot of us won't even get to 30, near 30s about the high. Some of those valley spots down in Brattleboro or Bennington, they may get into the low 30s. Wednesday, any breaks of sun give way to clouds and a few flurries, especially in the morning. We could have a brief snow. I want to see if those flurries, how significant they are. Do we get a brief coating? Because Wednesday, we have to keep an eye on that because there's a possibility of some low impact on travel that day. I'll definitely be in touch, probably do a video tomorrow afternoon or something like that, talking about Wednesday and Thursday because there's a little bit of a chance of some frozen precipitation, and so we'll just keep an eye on that. Thanksgiving Day, we're cloudy with off and on showers, especially earlier in the day. And some of those pre-dawn showers could be sleet and freezing rain. We'll have to keep an eye on that to see if travel very early on Thanksgiving morning will be a problem or not. So again, I will probably do an update. We're a little too far out to know the details on that. Friday, we're back into the sun with some afternoon clouds, and Friday's the warmest day of the week. We're probably into the low 50s on Friday. So if you have outdoor stuff you want to have happen, Friday would be a great day to do that. All right, thanks for joining me for the work week forecast. Hope you have a nice Thanksgiving this week, and I will be back, like I said, probably tomorrow afternoon with an update, and I'll certainly be back also on Wednesday for my patrons with an early look at the weekend forecast, and we'll be back with everybody else on Friday morning with a look at my weekend forecast. Until then, take care.